Everyone's heard of Paris, Rome, and Barcelona, but there are so many hidden gems we don't see a lot of people talking about. In this video, we're sharing 9 of the most underrated destinations in Europe, places that deserve way more attention. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the end because that's when we're going to mention our number 1, and it's an absolute must visit. On this channel, we're all about affordable luxury travel in Europe. More about who we are in the description, so let's just get into it. Bremen is a city in northwestern Germany along the Weser River. It's known for the fairy tale Town Musicians in Bremen by the Brothers Grimm. It has a strong beer culture. In fact, it's home to Beck's beer. Here are some things that we think you should do in Bremen. Explore the old town, the Altstadt. This is Bremen's historic center, featuring medieval architecture, narrow streets, and the city's important landmarks like St. Peter's Cathedral. This is a 1,200-year-old Roman and Gothic cathedral. You can climb the South Tower for amazing panoramic views of Bremen and explore the 11th century crypt. Another one is Bremen City Hall. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Guided tours are available to explore the inside. Next is the Roland statue. This was built in 1404. The statue symbolizes the city's freedom and trading rights. It's one of the oldest and most representative statues in Germany. The Schnur Quarter, Bremen's oldest neighborhood. And then other places we think you should visit is the Rhododendron Park, a 46-hectare park full of rhododendrons and azaleas, along with a botanical garden and a greenhouse. It's so pretty. Another park you should go to is the Burger Park, a massive park with animal enclosures. You can rent rowing boats on the MSC. It's 20 euros per boat with a 30 euros deposit, and it's an hour-and-a-half ride. There's also a cafe bar and mini golf, which is temporarily closed as of January 2025, but I imagine it will reopen in the warmer months. In the winter months, experience the Bremen Christmas market held from late November until Christmas. This market usually has over 170 stalls offering gifts, decorations, food, glühwein, delicious German sausages. We highly recommend traveling to Bremen in this time of year. The Moselle Valley is a stunning and super peaceful region, perfect for a relaxed road trip or cycling tour because the roads along the river are mostly flat with beautiful vineyards climbing the hills. This is Germany's olden wine-growing region, known for its charming towns like Cochem, Belstein, Bernkastel-Kues, and Traben-Trarbach. To see everything properly, a road trip is your best bet, but set aside a few days because the valley stretches about 550 kilometers, which are 340 miles. If you're wondering where to stay, Cochem is the largest town with plenty of restaurants and a central location. However, when we visited in July, we stayed in Luxembourg and drove down to this area since Germany and Luxembourg, and of course France, share this region. It's only about an hour-and-a-half journey from the city center to Cochem. So if you have a car and want to see multiple countries, definitely consider this option. Another great way to explore is by the river cruise. It's a great experience with drinks on board. We took one that was around 1 to 2 hours long, departing from Moselle Riverbank in Bernkastel-Kues. The cruise typically heads either upstream towards Traben-Trarbach or downstream towards Peaceport and New-Marin-Dron. Tickets for the boat ride are approximately 14 euros for adults and 5 euros per child up to 14 years. The seasons here are stunning. Winter is magical with all the snow, especially during Christmas with all the decorations, while summer turns the hills into green vineyards with boards showing who owns each one. They say summer isn't a great time to go because of the crowds, but we personally didn't find the crowds to be an issue. The weather is great and the scenery is incredible. The region is famous for its Riesling, an aromatic white wine with floral and citric notes, but you'll also find Elbling, a light, refreshing white wine, and Pinot Noir, a smooth and fruity red wine. There's something for every taste, so definitely try some local wine while you're here. We've actually linked a map of the area on the blog post, or you can get one on the riverboat. This could help you navigate the area a little bit better. Real quick, I just wanted to talk to you about our digital travel planner. From packing lists, budget planners and outfit planners, to checklists, a whole section dedicated to road trips and ways to organize all of your research, this planner has everything you need to plan your trip and keep all of your info in one place. And the cool part is, it's fully editable and hyperlinked, so it kind of works like an app. Check it out if it's something that you might be interested in. Okay, on with the video. Although Luxembourg City is a beautiful city, it didn't give us that wow factor. The countryside, however, that is another story. It is so underrated that we never even thought of it as an option until we went to the Moselle Valley and thought, hey, why not take a road trip through Luxembourg since we're close by? And we are already planning on driving through Belgium. And it was such a good decision. There are many cute little towns to visit in Luxembourg's countryside. One we really liked was Viandem, and another one we really enjoyed was La Rochette. We've added some activities you can do in these two towns in the blog post, so check out the link in the description. Bruges is a picturesque medieval city in the northwest of Belgium. It's often called the Venice of the North because of its charming canals and historic architecture. Bruges is famous for its world-class chocolate, beer, lace making, and stunning Christmas markets in winter. Things that we think that you should see in Bruges is the Markt Square. It's the heart of the city, surrounded by colorful historic buildings, cute restaurants and cafes. This square hosts a magical Christmas market every year. If you plan on visiting during this time, we have a whole video about it, so definitely check it out after this one. Definitely see the Belfry of Bruges. You have to climb 366 steps, but you're rewarded with incredible views of the city. Next is the Basilica of the Holy Blood, a church that claims to house a relic of Christ's blood. You can take canal boat tours here. This is a must to see the city. Head over to the blog post in the description for more info about that. And since Bruges is known for its chocolate and beer, you definitely need to go to the Choco Story Museum to learn about Belgium's famous chocolate and enjoy some tastings. And also the De Halve Maan Brewery. You can take a tour and try the famous Bruges beer. And finally, definitely try to go to the Minnewater Park. It's a beautiful romantic spot, also known as the Lake of Love. Walking around the streets of Bruges, you'll find lots of charming shops and patisseries like Merveille de Fred, famous for the delicious meringues and giant crystal chandelier in every shop all over Europe. It's kind of a staple. And in terms of day trips, Brussels and Ghent aren't very far away from Bruges. You can take short train rides between each place. Watch our Christmas in Belgium video where we give you more details on that, even if you're not traveling during Christmas. We think the northern areas of Netherlands are generally underrated. People talk about Amsterdam and places below it like The Hague, Rotterdam and Eindhoven, etc. But recently we went on a trip to the Netherlands and we stayed in a stunning town called Alkmaar. It's 30 minutes by train ride or a 40-minute car ride from Amsterdam. If you're planning on going to Amsterdam, which you probably are if you're visiting the Netherlands, we highly recommend staying in a place like Alkmaar. The train ride to Amsterdam only costs around 10 euros. But if you have a car, parking in the city is really expensive, 50 to 70 euros a day. And when it comes to accommodation, we were able to stay in a beautiful, charming little apartment right by the canals for the same price as something you'll find in Amsterdam's industrial area, which obviously isn't as beautiful. Okay, now let's forget about Amsterdam and talk about what you can do in Alkmaar. The food scene here is amazing. There's so many great restaurants that have a very good price point. Here's a hack for finding great places to dine. Open up Google Maps, type in your destination, then press on the X. Type in the kind of restaurant you want and press search. Filter the search with the best reviews, match your budget, and you will get a list of the best highly rated restaurants within your means. Make sure to check the latest reviews for each place you're considering so you can see what people think right now. What we really like is there's a lot of typical Dutch cuisine restaurants. The vibe is good and the service is incredible. The people are so friendly. We recommend you try Alkmaar's cheese soup. We had it at a place called De Waar, which is a restaurant we loved that I think we went to like 3 times during our stay. There's also another restaurant called the 1480 Food Bar where we had amazing food like braised ribs and delicious bread bowls and good beer. They have like these glass cabins on the riverbank where you can book a table and enjoy the views inside your own little glass cabin. And while in Alkmaar, definitely stop by all their cheese shops. They are known for their cheese and there are many of them. Okay, let's talk about Montpellier. It's a stunning city in the south of France, right on the Mediterranean coast. Unlike some of the bigger tourist hotspots in France, Montpellier has this relaxed, easygoing vibe, making it perfect for a getaway. If you're visiting, here's some must-see spots. First, take a stroll through the Esplanade Charles de Gaulle. It's a gorgeous park lined with trees, little cafes and restaurants. If you're here in the evening, the fairy lights make the whole place feel magical. It's the perfect spot to grab a coffee or a glass of wine. Speaking of, Montpellier has many amazing restaurants. We ate at Le Cherise and thought the food was delicious, but there are many options to choose from. You can use our guide to find a good place, or just walk through the streets and I'm sure you'll find a place that looks good to you. Then head over to Place de la Comédie, the heart of the city. It's a massive square surrounded by historic buildings, street performers, and plenty of restaurants and shops. You genuinely can't visit Montpellier without passing through here at least once. The next 2 are for those who love art. Number 1 is the Musée Fab. This nearly 200-year-old museum is packed with incredible works, from Renaissance masterpieces dating back to the 1400s to contemporary art. If photography is more your thing, check out Pavillon Populaire. It's a free exhibition space showcasing amazing photography displays that change throughout the year, and the building itself is beautiful. head to Promenade du Peyroux. This park is home to the iconic Arc de Triomphe of Montpellier. It's a great spot for a sunset walk. If you're traveling in the warmer months, Montpellier is super close to some gorgeous beaches. Some of the best ones nearby are Plage de l'Espiguette and Palavas-les-Flots. We love Menton. Every time we're doing a road trip in this area, we like to stop by. This coastal town is full of colorful houses, restaurants by the beachfront, and incredible views at the top of the hill. It kind of looks like you've traveled to Italy actually. Menton was once part of the Republic of Genoa and later Monaco, but due to high taxes on its famous lemons, it declared independence and briefly came under Sardinian protection. But it officially became part of France in 1861. We recommend parking at the top of the hill, enjoy the views, and then walk all the way down to the water. The views on the way down, you guys, chef's kiss, truly. You do have to walk all the way up again, but it's honestly not that bad. I feel like it's definitely worth it. Menton is also super close to Nice and Monaco, so if you're doing a road trip, definitely try and drive to these places. Or you can actually take the TER trains that go directly. Lake Garda, just as stunning as Lake Como, but way less crowded. It's got an amazing vibe without the influencer hype that's made Como so famous, though Lake Garda is definitely gaining popularity. If you're visiting, make sure to check out Peschiera del Garda and Sirmione, about 10 kilometers away from Peschiera. Both are gorgeous lakeside towns with plenty to explore. Since you're already here, a day trip to Lake Como is totally worth it. We did this and absolutely loved visiting towns like Lecco and Leno. And if you have time, Venice is just 1 hour and 25 minutes away by car, making it a super easy day trip. Just a heads up, Venice now requires visitors to pay an access fee to help manage overcrowding. We've linked the website where you can check the latest rules before you go. Okay, now the most underrated destination in Europe in our opinion is Bordeaux, France. Bordeaux, or Port de la Lune, Ports of the Moon, because of the shape of the Garonne River crossing the city, is a city in the southwestern France. It's one of the world's most famous wine regions. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of Bordeaux wine before. Bordeaux is known for producing top quality red wines, especially blends made from Cabernet Sauvignon or Merlot. The city itself is stunning with beautiful historic buildings, great food scene, and we just honestly love the vibe here. We try to come here as much as we can on our road trips. Since we live in Madrid, we often take road trips to other places in Europe and stay over in Bordeaux. It's also home to the Cité du Vin, a museum dedicated to wine. You definitely need to have a glass of wine here, visit a winery or the museum. Our favorite place to have lunch or dinner here is Le Michel. They have incredible food, like a massive French onion soup covered in a pastry dough. The prices are reasonable and the service is great. We just love raving about this place. For dessert, go to Merveilleux de Fred, the one that we mentioned with the chandelier in Bruges. There are plenty of beautiful surrounding places you can take a day trip to, like Saint-Emilion, it's a 40-minute drive from Bordeaux, Arcachon, a seaside town about an hour away, and by Arcachon, the Dune du Pilat, which is Europe's largest sand dune. You can climb to the top and have amazing views of the ocean, forests, and the Bay of Arcachon, and it's also really fun to run down the dunes. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out all the links in the description. Safe travels!